למענך אלוהינו עשה ולא אלוהינו ראה ימיד עשינו דלים וריקים למענך אלוהינו עשה
Shabbat Shalom and good evening, everyone. Everyone find your seats, and we will be beginning in a minute. For safety and security purposes, better than it malfunctioned tonight, but on Wednesday night, so we'll get it tested out. We're going to start with Chesed Yibane, Yadai,
chesed yibaneh. Yadadai, dai, yadadai, dai. I will build this world from love. Yadadai, dai, yadadai, dai. And you can build this world from love. Yadadai, dai, yadadai, dai. And if we build this world from love, yadadai, yadadai, then God will build this world from love. Yadadai, yadadai. Olam chesed yibaneh. Yadadai, yadadai. Olam chesed yibaneh. Yadadai, yadadai.
We turn to page 2 in our book. I ask that everybody who can comfortably do so, please rise as we bless our Shabbat lights.
Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam asher kiddushanu b'mitzvotav v'tzivanu lehadlik ner shel Shabbat.
We're going to, you may be seated. We turn to pages 20 and 21. We take a moment to review the week, to spend a pause on each day, going back to last Shabbat on its blessings and its challenges. And then we'll come together and sing Lecha Dodi, Hazarat HaShavua, review of the week. I don't know. Okay. Take a deep breath. We'll sing together verses 1, 2, 5, and 9. When we get to verse 9, I'll invite everybody who can comfortably do so to rise and face the doors from which we enter to welcome the Shabbat presence and the Nishama Yetira, the extra soulfulness that travels with us during Shabbat, into the congregation, into our hearts. For those of you who are joining us from home, and I'm glad we were able to get you to join us from home. Sorry about the delay. You can turn towards the door of your home to bring Shabbat into your space. Lecha Dodi.
Lecha Dodi likrat kala, yalalai, 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 b'nei Shabbat, lekabela. Lecha Dodi likrat kala, yalalai, 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 b'nei Shabbat, lekabela. Shamo v'zachor v'dibur echad ishvi'anu el hamiuchad Adonai echad u'shmo echad v'shem u'tilferet v'letfilah Lecha Dodi likrat kala yalalai 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 B'nei Shabbat lekabela Lecha Dodi kalla yalalai 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 Erev Shabbat Mekabela Likrat Shabbat Mehuven elcha Kingi Mekor HaBracha Merosh Mikedem Mesucha Soma Aseh V'Makshvat Hilah Lechadodi Likrat Kala Yalalai 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 Erev Shabbat Mekabela Lechadodi Likrat Kala Yalalai 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 Erev Shabbat Mekabela Hitoreri Hitoreri Diva Ore Umi Uri 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 Shira Beiri Kevod Adonai Alayim Nigla Legatodi Likrat Kala Yalalai 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 Erev Shabbat Mekabela Legatodi Likrat Kala Yalalai 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 Erev Shabbat Mekabela
Comfortably do so. I invite you to rise.
Boi v'shalom Ateret bala Gam v'simcha U'v'zola Toch emunei Am segula Boi chalam Oi, Allah. Lechadodi Likrat Kala Yalalai 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 Erev Shabbat Mekabela Lechadodi Likrat Kala Yalalai 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 Erev Shabbat Mekabela.
We continue on page 26 with Chatzi Kaddish.
Yidkadal v'yidkadash Shemei Rabbah
Amen.
Ve'alman yivrach Yerutei ve'yamlich Malchutei Ve'kayechon v'yom echon U'chayei dechol bet Yisrael Bagala, Bagala, Ulizman Kariv, Veimeru, Amen. Yehei Shemei Rabbam Mevarah, Le'olam U'lamei Almaya, Yitbarach, Yitbarach, V'yishtabach, V'yitpa'ar, V'yitromam, V'yitnasei, V'yitadar, v'yitaleh, v'yitalal, Shemei dekudisha berichu, le'ela min kol birchata, v'shirata, tushbechata v'nechemata, ya'amiran ve'alma, ve'yimeru, Amen.
Baruch Hu, our call to prayer, page 28.
Adonai HaMevorach. Lai, lai, lai,
Last three lines in the Hebrew, page 30.
El Chai V'Kayam, Taminim L'Chaleinu L'Olam V'en, Baruch Atah Adonai, Hamariv, Aravi.
Wisdom and wonder, passion and instruction, story and symbol, all these things your Torah gives to us, and the more we devote ourselves to it, the more it grows and gives. What could be a truer token of your abiding love than this holiest of your works and the living language that gives it form?
Al tasir mimenu leolamim, Baruch Atah Adonai, Ohev Amo Yisrael.
Page 34 and 35, Shema Yisrael.
Shema Yisrael, Adonai Eloheinu, Adonai Echad. 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 Baruch Shem Kevod Malchuto, Le'olam Va'ed. Baruch Shem Kevod Malchuto, Le'olam Va'ed. Shema Yisrael, Adonai Eloheinu, Adonai Echad. Shema Yisrael, Adonai Eloheinu, Adonai Echad.
Page 37. Love your God with every heartbeat, with every breath, with every conscious act. Keep in mind the words I command you today. Teach them to your children. Talk about them at work, whether you are tired or you are rested. Let them guide the work of your hands. Keep them in the forefront of your vision. Do not leave them at the doorway of your house or outside your gate. They are reminders to do all of my mitzvot so that you can be holy for God. I am Adonai your God. I led you out of Egypt to become your God. I am Adonai your God.
Second paragraph in the Hebrew on 36. Lema'an tizkaru, v'asitem et kol mitzvotai, v'tem kedoshim, le'eloheichem. Ani Adonai Elohechem, Asher Otzeiti etchem me'eretz Mitzrayim, liot lachem le'Elohim. Ani Adonai Elohechem, Adonai Elohechem, Emet.
Emet. As we turn to Michamocha, our song of freedom, our song of passage on page 40. I've mentioned in some of our previous weeks that for me at this time of the year, during the month of Elul, I sometimes think about as we pass through the passageway to a new year, what is it that we want to leave behind? What are the things that get left in our metaphorical Egypt, so to speak? And what are some of the things that we move toward? What brings us a little closer to our promised land in the new year? And so, as we think about the larger picture, the redemption that one was, the fact that we live clearly in a broken world, we hope for a world of redemption and peace in the future. We also can think a little more about ourselves and about as well, and where is it that we're heading? What is it that we're crossing into in this new year? Michamocha. Page 40.
Yada da 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 yada da 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 yada da 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 yada da 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 yada da 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 yada da 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 mi chamocha bailim Adonai mi chamocha nedar b'kodesh norati lod o seifele o seifele malchutcha ra'u v'necha v'kayam lifnei Moshe u'Miriam malchutcha ra'u v'necha v'kayam lifnei Moshe u'Miriam yada da 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 yada da 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 yada da 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 yada da 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 yada da 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 yada da 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 Seli anu yameru Adonai imloch le'olam le'olam ha'ed yada da 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 yada da 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 yada da 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 yada da 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 yada da 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 yada da da Ve'ne'emar ki fad Adonai Yaakov ugalo miyad chazak mimenu Baruch atah Adonai yada da 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 yada da 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 yada da 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 yada da 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 yada da 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 yada da 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 Gal Yisrael Amen Amen Amen.
Page 42. So we ask God to shelter us and our world with a Sukkot Shalom, a shelter of peace over the world, over our people Israel, over Jerusalem. Hashkivenu, page 42.
Hashkivenu Adonai Eloheinu leShalom V'hamidenu shomreinu lechayim Hashkivenu Adonai Eloheinu leShalom V'hamidenu shomreinu lechayim Ufroz aleinu sukkot shlemecha ushmor tzeiteinu uvoenu Ufroz aleinu sukkot shlemecha ushmor tzeiteinu uvoenu Hashkivenu Adonai Eloheinu leShalom Ve'amidenu shomreinu lechayim Baruch atah Adonai Haporei Sukkot Shalom Aleinu ve'al kol amo
40, we give thanks for Shabbat, for the opportunity it gives us to reflect and to connect, for the opportunity it gives us to breathe and to pause. Join in singing Vishamru, page 44.
Vishamru b'nei Yisrael et ha-Shabbat v'asu et ha-Shabbat l'dorot haberit olam. Vishamru b'nei Yisrael et ha-Shabbat v'asu et ha-Shabbat l'dorot haberit olam. Beini uvein b'nei Yisrael Oti leolam, oti leolam, oti leolam. Veshamru b'nei Yisrael et ha-Shabbat, masot et ha-Shabbat l'dorot haberit olam. Ki sheshet yamim Asa Adonai, et ha-shamayim ve'et ha'aretz. Ve'shamru b'nei Yisrael et ha-Shabbat, v'asu et ha-Shabbat l'dorot haberit olam. Uvayom Hashemi, Shabbat v'inafash, Shabbat v'inafash, Shabbat v'inafash. Veshamru b'nei Yisrael et ha-Shabbat, v'asu et ha-Shabbat l'dorot haberit.
We turn to page 46. I'd like to invite Lily Avner to come help us lead as we move to our Amidah. I invite everybody in the congregation who can comfortably do so to please rise.
Adonai tzefatay tiftach ufi yagi tehilatecha. Adonai, open up my lips that my mouth may declare your praise.
Page 48.
Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu Elohei avotenu v'imotenu Elohei Avraham Elohei Yitzchak Elohei Yaakov Elohei Sarah Elohei Rivka Elohei Rachel Ve'Elohei Leah האל הגדול, הגיבור והנורא, אל עליון, גומל הסתים טובים, וקונה הכל, וזוכר חסדי אבות ואימהות, ומביא גאולה לבני בניהם, למען שמו יהבה. מלך עוזר מושיע ומגן. Baruch atah Adonai, Magen Avraham, Bezrat Sarah.
Page 50.
Atah gibor leolam Adonai, Mechaye hakol atah, Rav Hoshia, Morid atah. Mechaye chayim bechesed, מחייך כה ברחמים רבים, סומך נופלים ועורך חולים, ומתיר אסורים, ומקיים אמונתו לשני עפר. מי כמוך בעל גבורות, ומדור מלך, מחיה ומצמיח ישועה.
ונאמן אתה לחיות הכל. ברוך אתה אדוני מחיה הכל. Page 52. You are holy, your name is holy, and those who are holy praise you every day. Baruch atah Adonai, Ha'el HaKadosh.
Amen.
Please take a few moments for a silent prayer for the text of your own heart or the words of the prayer book through page 62, 63. When you're through, please be seated.
Bottom of page 62. Ose shalom bimroma, hu ya'aseh shalom aleinu. Ose shalom bimroma, hu ya'aseh shalom aleinu. Ose shalom bimroma, hu ya'aseh shalom aleinu. Ya'aseh shalom, ya'aseh shalom, shalom aleinu ve'al kol Yisrael. Ya'aseh shalom, ya'aseh shalom, shalom aleinu ve'al kol Yoshvei Tevel. Ose shalom bimromav, hu ya'aseh shalom aleinu. Ose shalom bimromav, hu ya'aseh shalom aleinu. Ose shalom bimromav, hu ya'aseh shalom aleinu. Ya'aseh shalom, ya'aseh shalom, shalom aleinu ve'al kol Yisrael. Ya'aseh shalom, ya'aseh shalom, shalom aleinu ve'al kol Yoshvei Tevel. Amen.
So this week we read Parshat Nitzavim Vayelech. It's a double portion this year. We read most of Nitzavim again in Reform synagogues on Yom Kippur morning. So I thought this would be an opportunity, since actually we don't really have time on Yom Kippur to do a real Devar Torah. We have a sermon, but not really much on the parasha, that I talk a little bit about that. There's lots of different pieces within Nitzavim. I'll just kind of hit a few of them. So one of them is it starts, Atem Nitzavim Hayom Kulachem Lifnei Adonai Elohechem. So there's this idea that all of you stand here today, all of you, before Adonai your God. Atem nitzavim, you all, it's y'all, right? You all stand here today, and then it says kulachem, all of you, before Adonai your God. So the rabbis, of course, ask, why does it say that? It could just say, you all stand here today. Why does it have to say all of you? Right? So the Midrash actually teaches us there that, that all Jewish souls, right, past, present, and future, stood at Mount Sinai, right? There's this kind of cosmic sense that the rabbis create of it, that all of you isn't just the people who were alive then at Mount Sinai, but, you, and you, and you, and you, and hey, didn't I see you at Sinai? Weren't you there too? Right? So we have that kind of cosmic sense. And for me, there's, whether you believe that cosmically or not, I think there's great power in that idea, right? That we were all there. It says that all of us heard God's voice at Sinai, that the tradition belongs to all of us, whether we're, a very observant person or a person who's totally secular, whether we're extremely learned or whether we're simple when it comes to knowledge, right? Whatever these things are, the tradition belongs to all of us. We were all at Sinai. We're all part of that covenant, right? So I think there's something kind of powerful in the meta sense about that. So that's one of the pieces there that I think is really, really interesting. Another piece that it talks about in our Torah portion is it talks about blessing and curse. We've had a lot of that in Deuteronomy, because that's how the book of Deuteronomy is set up. But it says basically, I set before you blessing and curse. And then it says, Uvacharta v'chayim, therefore choose life, that you may live. And the truth is, that may sound self-evident, right? We read it sounds self-evident. Choose blessing, choose life, don't choose curse and death, right? But in a larger sense, perhaps it's not always so easy. We go through the year, the world sometimes beats us down, the situation is bad. We may have personal issues, or people we love are struggling with illness or with other traumas or challenges, and it's not always easy every day to choose life, right? To choose to move forward, to choose hope, right? To choose to move in another direction and not be stuck, right? Not be stuck, right? If we on Yom Kippur afternoon, we'll read from the book of Jonah. I'm sure Tammy will give us another very insightful, how she comes with something new every year to say. It's great. I think that's terrific. But another insightful reading of the book of Jonah. But Jonah really, right, is the person the world calls to him that there's stuff to do. God literally calls to him. Jonah, I need you to do something. And he wants to hibernate, right? He wants to hide. He goes first, he leaves, he goes to a ship. Then he goes to the bottom of the ship, to the hull of the ship, right? Then they throw him overboard. He goes to the bottom, he gets swallowed up by a fish, right? And he's in the belly of the fish. He's just doesn't want, and yet, in the end for Jonah, he can't get away, right? The fish, the place he didn't want to go, that he went the opposite direction of. He was supposed to go to Nineveh. Instead, he went to Tarshish. That's where the great fish spits him up on the beach of Nineveh, and there he is, right? And he's stuck doing that. But the truth is, I think often many of us are like Jonah, right? There are pressing things that we know are important that we want to do, but the task is daunting before us. And at this season, the task of repairing relationships, the task of charting new courses for ourselves, the task of trying to change things in ourselves for the new year, those are not easy things. That's why for most of us, if we've made New Year's resolutions list, whether they be January 1st list or 1st of Tishrei list, we often have had some of those same things on our list, right, for a lot of years, right? So I think that part of that is for us to say, hey, we can't hide, right? Part of these high holy days is to say we can't hide. We can't hide from God, but just as importantly, we can't hide even from ourselves, which we do a good job of doing quite often, right? The purpose here, to choose life, means to live with purpose and not by accident, right? Most of us aren't going around choosing bad things. That's not what we necessarily do. But most of us probably most days just kind of go through the day and react to whatever happens to us in the day. And that's sort of living life by accident, rather than living life with purpose. What is it that I need to achieve today? What is it that I want to do? Who are the most important people in my life that I want to make sure I reach out to today or talk to? What are those kinds of things that are there? And so I think that becomes part of this. For me, when I read Uvacharta b'chaim, therefore choose life, it's not just, l'chaim, right? Choose life. But it is about every day, every decision that we make, how are we choosing to live a life of purpose? How are we choosing to make that move forward? And so, it's difficult sometimes to choose life when we are feeling depressed because of things that are going on in our lives. It's difficult to choose life when we look at a world at war and so many people, so many deaths and tragedy around the world. It's difficult to choose life when we live in we have broken political systems in our world where we don't debate policies, but we attack each other as people, right? We have all of these things, and it's hard. And nevertheless, right? Nevertheless, that's our challenge, right, in the new year. To choose goodness, to choose hope, uvacharta b'chaim, and to choose life. So, Shabbat Shalom. We are going to turn to page 253. As we turn our thoughts to all of those in our lives, in our community, in our world, in need of healing, of body, of mind, of spirit.
Holy One, bless our mothers, bless our fathers from ancient days. Bless and heal those in our hearts, and hear our prayer as we say their names. Kadosh Baruch Imalei Rachamim Aleichem Lehatzikam Ulrapeotam Veishlach Lahem Refuah Shlema Refuat HaNefesh V'tok sha'ar kolei Yisrael. Oh, bless and heal those in our hearts, and hear our prayer as we say their names.
We ask for blessings upon Hannah Fields Austin, Sue Tobak, Rosalind Lefkowitz, Helen Weinfeld, Pam Poliakoff, Kathy Blumenfeld, Caitlin Antrim, Brad Holland, Serena Postal, Robert Strober, Lori Snyder, Charity Razadeh, Joel Beasy, Gloria Foster, Robert Gerard, Adele Harris, Brenda Fountain Gerard, Jan Marcus, Marla Fregoso, Al Shapiro, Jeff Nelson, Robert Waldman, Barry Gustafero, Unique Gratz DeLange, Audrey Kubel, Deborah DeLange, James Stead, Stephen Gilbert, Sharon Zaki, Oliver Holland, Bill Hughes, Ed Means, Stephanie Holland, Stan Stein, Virginia Guzman, Suzette Guzman, Marilyn Rudin, Claudia Phillips, Kenneth Phillips, Sandy Gunn, Ron Gilman, Julie Ben Simon, Eric Baldwin, Rabbi Jules King, Faye Bernstein, Sandra Dizengov, Sherry Mosley, Jeff Blackie, Hannah Nelson, Mike Friel, John Ramirez, John Foster, Joel Calderwood, Ron Sokloff, Larry Meir, Susan Goldstein, Jose Cruz, Karen Nelson, Nikki Pollock, Larry Gassner, Marsha Lloyd, Terry Lloyd, and
Kadosh Baruch Yimalei Rachamim Aleichem. Oh, bless and heal those in our hearts, and hear our prayer as we say their names.
I'd like to invite Phil to come up and share some announcements on behalf of our Board of Trustees.
Shabbat Shalom. On behalf of the board, I'd like to thank you for being here with us in the sanctuary, as well as joining us online. Toda Rabbah, to Rabbi Kupetz, for leading us in the service in such an inspiring way, and to Cantor Bush for providing richness in his voice and music, as well as to Dr. Randy Polavoy for assisting with the musical presentation this evening. I'd also like to thank our ushers tonight, Kylie Sykes, who was outside, as well as Sharon Regalado, Phyllis Blackie, and Judy Rose. Thank you for being our greeters, as well as assisting and setting up the Kiddush and taking care of getting the challah for the Kiddush coming up and the motzi. After the service, we gather in the social hall for the Kiddush, motzi, refreshments, and conversation. Please take the opportunity to get to know someone new, which will help us continue to build our warm, personal Jewish community. We have a busy and engaged community. Find what interests you in our weekly updates, which you receive in the email. And if you haven't received any emails, please let the temple know. Also, as well, in the monthly Kehillah on our website and Facebook page as well. A couple of upcoming events. We have the Team Zedek food drive taking place. September's winding up, which is canned soup month. And with the high holidays coming up, we'll have the kickoff for the high holiday food drive this year, I believe, honoring Marilyn Lebarsky. If you haven't as of yet, please turn in your pledge packet so that we can have you enjoy the high holiday services with us. Lastly, tomorrow night at Temple Shalom in Ontario, there's a community slichot service. The cantor, the rabbi, as well as Randy will be there, as well as choir, I believe. So tomorrow night at 8 p.m. at 7 p.m. at Temple Shalom in Ontario, right off of Mountain, just south of the 10. Thank you, and again, Shabbat Shalom.
So for anybody who doesn't know, Rosh Hashanah begins Wednesday evening. We will be here at 7:30 for our evening services. For any of you who are in here, and if you don't already have, you're not members of TBI or something, but you want to join us, just come talk to me. We'll have you come join us. And for those of you online, you need to call the office if you'd like to join us. We try to have all those who would like to be with us, and also to bring people in and introduce them to our community. So just let us know, and we can make arrangements for the High Holy Days. Also, if there are, we don't have young kids in the sanctuary tonight, but if there are families watching that, and you want your child to be in the High Holy Day Children's Program, which is for preschool through 5th grade, please fill out the form so that we know that you're coming. It makes it easier for us if we know how many children are attending. So do that and let us know. We'd love to have you, and we'd love to have your kid, and all people of all ages are also welcome in the sanctuary with their families. So,
one other thing I wanted to mention, I think all of us realize that October 7th is this coming Monday, and we will commemorate those horrible events as a community on Sunday at Pasadena Jewish Temple and Center, the 6th. And if you are interested in attending, there is a registration process. The links are it's in the Tekiah. There's also a virtual component for those who may want to join online. It's a program sponsored by the Shalom Hartman Institute, so it's a worldwide experience. Thank you.
All right. So we turn now to page 282, middle of the page. Aleinu l'shabeach. If you can comfortably do so, please rise.
Aleinu l'shabeach l'adon hakol, לתת גדולה ליוצר ראשית, שלא עשנו כגויי הרצות, ולא שמנו כמשפחות האדמה, שלא שם חלקנו כהם, וגורלנו ככל המונם. ואנחנו קוראים ומשתחווים מלך מלכי המלכים הקדוש ברוך הוא. Page 287. ונאמר והיה אדוני למלך על כל הארץ ביום ההוא יהיה אדוני אחד ושמו אחד.
Page 294. If you take a moment to turn our thoughts toward those who have been important in our lives and have left this earth, those who have died in recent days or at this time in years past. Remember the recent death of George Latham, father of Eric Latham, and of Piat Staszik, an important figure in the rebirth of Judaism, of liberal Judaism in Poland and in our congregation that we've worked with in Beit Polska in Warsaw. Remember the yortzites, the anniversaries of the deaths of Ann S. Bauman, Annette Beasy, Carol Berlant, Ruth Cohen, Paul Fairchild, Harry Fox, Paul Frankel, Reva Getty, Samuel Glick, Irving A. Goldman, Diana Goldsman, Richard Allen Grossman, Ray Haynes, May Kaplan Handler, Eva Henring, Dolores Hill, Milton Israel, Lou Jenoff, Esther Katz, Lillian Katz, Edward Kaufman, Corrine Kirstein, Fred Klein, Rita Cooperberg, Ethel Myers, Marion Peniel, Renee Politi, Francis Richards, Louis Rosenblum, Phyllis Sylvie, Arlene Snedeker, Beverly Summers, Phil Strober, Fanny Weiss. If you're remembering somebody on the Shabbat, would like to add a name to those I've mentioned or restate a name I've mentioned, please feel free to do so as I come by your row.
Kazan Jack Kessler.
If you're in a time of mourning or observing a yort site on the Shabbat, I invite you to rise. And I invite the rest of the congregation, if it's your custom, to rise and embrace and support of those who mourn. Again, 294. Yit gadal v'yit gadash shmei rabbah b'alma divrach hirute v'yamlich malchute b'chayechon v'yomechon u'chaye d'chol beit Yisrael b'agalau v'zman kariv v'imru amen Yehei shmei rabbah mevorach le'olam olomei almaya yitbarach v'yishtabach v'yitpa'ar v'yitromam v'yitnaseh v'yitadar v'yitaleh v'yitalal shmei dukudasha brichu Le'ela min kol birchata v'shirata, tush b'chata v'nechemata, da'amiran v'alma v'imru amen. Yehei shlama rabba min shmaya, v'chayim aleinu ve'al kol Yisrael v'imru amen. Oseh shalom b'imromav, hu ya'aseh shalom, aleinu ve'al kol Yisrael, ve'al kol yoshvei tevel, v'imru amen. Zichronam livracha, may their memories be for a blessing. We'll close with Biyado and then with the sounding of the shofar.
Biyado akiduchi, ein ishan ve'a'ira. Adonai li velo ira, ve'im ruchi geviati. Adonai li velo ira.
My soul I give to you.
My soul I give to you.
My spirit in your care.
My spirit in your care.
Draw me near, I shall not fear.
Draw me near, I shall not
Hold
fear.
me in your hand.
Hold me in your hand.
Draw me near, I shall not fear.
Draw me near, I shall not fear.
Safely in your hand.
Safely in your hand.
My soul I give to you. My spirit in your care. Draw me near, I shall not fear. Draw me near, I shall not fear. Hold me in your hand. Draw me near. Draw me near, I shall not fear. Safely in your hand. Biyado afki bruchi.
My soul I give to you. My spirit in your care. Draw me near, I shall not fear.
Adonai li velo ira. Ve'im ruchi kefiati. Adonai li velo ira.
Tekiah, Shvarim, Teruah, Tekiah.
Shabbat shalom.
Shabbat shalom, everybody. Thank you all who joined us online. Sorry we're a little delayed, both to you in the sanctuary and those online, getting our stream going, but hopefully we'll have that all worked out by Wednesday night when we'll be back at 7:30 for Rosh Hashanah, and we look forward to seeing you here in the sanctuary. But if you can't make it to Pomona, then please join us online. Thank you so much.